Hey guys, so I know I said I was going to do this review of Transformers Dark of the Moon tomorrow, but I'm just kind of so jacked in the movie, just seeing it all. I figured why not just do it now and get it over with. Transformers Dark of the Moon is the third, well, what is considered to most likely be the end of the Transformers movies from Michael Bay. It's the end of the third movie of the trilogy. Uh, I gotta say, first of all, the one thing that stands out the best is not even the action and the special effects. It was for me anyway, it was the interaction between the characters. Uh, there were times it reminded me of the movie Fast Five because in the movie Fast Five, it's like all the characters just knew each other backwards and forwards. They knew how to talk to each other. They know how to act towards one another. It was just something very unique and special, and Transformers Dark of the Moon just absolutely does that. Everybody nails their characters perfectly, and they know how to. It's just like some scripts, that they're for some scripts, people are just telling a story, and that's great and all. But then there's telling a story, and then there's actually making you believe that that the people that are in the story are really into it. It's almost like if the story itself was real. It's a little hard to explain, but um, just the acting was phenomenal, and just the interaction between the characters is phenomenal. And of course, the special effects were, you know, you got explosions, you got robots, you got. Do I need to say more? Anyways, I'm not exactly sure how it goes, like with the original story of like who defeats who kills who, So I'm not exactly sure the mythology of how true it stayed, but man, it is definitely something. So first of all, the emphasis is that, and then in 1961, this spacecraft from Cybertron crashes on the moon. And in the spacecraft there are these cores, I guess you can say, and these cores, what they do is when they're activated, they create a kind of like a transportation hub or portal in time space to bring other Decepticons and to help bring Cybertron, the actual planet Cybertron, um, to Earth. And and the only one that can activate it is none other than Sentinel Prime. He used to be the head of the Autobots. Um, the predecessor, see, the the predecessor to Optimus Prime, the person before Optimus Prime, the true head of the Autobots. And um, if these had been used in the final days of the Wars of Cybertron, Cybertron could actually have been saved, but unfortunately that was not the case. Anyway, that is what sparked the space race, as when humans tried to get to the moon to get to this artifact, this crashed ship first. And the United States, the Apollo 11 mission got there, and they got to take samples and just to truly try to understand the technology on the crash ship. And I like I like movies who that interact with history. They kind of do a weird twist on it. Um, and the movie goes even to Chernobyl. Of course, in 1986, there was the meltdown at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, and that actually has a link in the movie to the uh, crashed alien ship on the moon. So I thought that was very interesting, and there were a lot of twists and turns in this. In like, there's one thing I don't see coming, but then again, if you knew the mythology, you probably do see it coming. But I just kind of sat there and went, "What? WTF? Are you s-ing me here?" I just could not believe that I saw this, and and then you realize, okay, I think the Autobots are kind of screwed now, and so which pretty much leads to this one event that just left me amazed and shocked, leads to what looks like to be a fallout I wouldn't say it's an invasion force per se, but it's like you know these like elite teams like Rangers or Marines or Special Forces, first recon teams. That's what you can kind of have like, parallel the Decepticon um, military force. It's more of an elite strike team before the actual invasion comes. And this is actually the first time I've actually seen that there are human there are humans that are actually working for the Decepticons. Um, Usually Decepticons only they only work with robots, but in this case there's actually a group of humans that actually work for them. So I thought that was very interesting. And see what else was there. Uh, the story itself was just absolutely amazing. Like has to do with you know love, betrayal. There's good moments of comedy in there. It's just absolutely awesome. And like if you go to this movie and you want like remember the movie is made to entertain you and just to make you go wow. Okay, I'm not if you're in it for the hardcore mythology, there might be some things that you don't like or you do like, but remember it's just it's to entertain you. And if you go into the movie with that thought process, this movie is really going to be awesome. And you know like for some movies, like after this movie, once it finished, once the credits started rolling, people started clapping. Like there, it's happened. I've been there when people clap for movies, and I joined in, but the people who made the movie aren't there, and yet people clap for it because it is absolutely awesome. It's an epic movie, and you got a great movie when people in a theater that clap for the people who made the film, but the people who made the film are in Hollywood or somewhere else. Like they can't hear us clapping, but still we clap anyway. And of course, the movie ends with another famous speech from Optimus Prime. Uh, he pretty much says that even in war, even in struggles of life itself, that there are always going to be periods of calm. There's going to be periods of peace, and that even though sometimes we might lose faith in ourselves and we might lose our faith in others, we must never. The day will never come when we forsake ourselves. For that we never forsake each other. And Optimus Prime, like somebody once said, and it was perfect. Optimus Prime is like a huge metal Abraham Lincoln, and it yeah, Optimus Prime, he knows how to make speeches, and he's a great leader. And yeah, it was a great movie. Again, the mythology, I'm not sure how it lines up, but I just don't care. It was awesome. Unfortunately, it was not in 3D in my theater, because if it was, I think I would have had a seizure and a stroke all at the same time out of pure joy. But unfortunately, it was not 3D in my theater. But it is what it is, and it's just wow. I would have to give this movie gets a 10 out of 10. It's as simple as that. And for those of you who love like science fiction drama, and if you love the Transformers, you're gonna love this movie. And even if you don't like the all the action and the sci-fi drama of it all, there are still many good points to the story. I mean, you got comedy, you got love story, you got you know you just got a real human emotion element there that like just that wasn't there in the last film. In the last film, you had a story, but that's about it. It didn't really strike a chord. This one definitely does in many ways. And yeah, this was truly an epic movie, and I totally recommend it. Transformers: The Dark of the Moon. Should you see it? Hell yes, you should see it.